It's girl talk.
Why do you have to lie about that?
Is this true?
With you and
my sister, none other than Torrez, right here.
Our 92.1 The Lodge.
My Twitter and Facebook pages are going bananas. Everybody is commenting on Meeka Claxton, and I haven't even aired the interview yet. TT Torrez on Twitter, TT Torrez on Facebook. If you guys would like to comment, or if you have a question you would like me to ask her, you spell my name T-T-T-O-R-R-E-Z, T-T-T-O-R-R-E-Z, as promised. Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. How are you today, Mama?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. You sound a little low. Can you turn your phone up a little bit?
What?
Just a little tad bit.
Oh, it's up to the max. You can't hear me?
Okay, that's better. Okay, so you are the wife of Speedy Claxton, former NBA player to the Atlantic Hawks, correct?
Yeah, he played with the Atlanta Hawks, and San Antonio, he won a ring with them, so he's actually an NBA champ, baby.
Ow, NBA champ. All right. All right, so Mika, I'm not going to BS. I'm just going to jump right into it. And I don't want to sound rude, and I don't want to come off rude, but you are hard for me to digest on the show. Obviously, you are the new girl on Basketball Wives. I read an interview where Shawnee was saying that you actually tracked them down and that you was the one who really, really, really wanted to be a part of the show.
Well, I didn't actually seek her out. A mutual friend of ours, Jackie, sought her out because she really thought that I would be a good addition to the show. She contacted me, and I was a little hesitant first because I know about the drama and everything, and she just thought that if I stayed away from it and just showed the life of a wife that's all about her family and her business, that it would be a great thing for me. So,
but Jackie sought Shawnee out on your behalf, correct?
I agree, and she contacted her.
Now, during the first episode, when Basketball Wives introduced you to us, it seemed like that was the first time that you actually met Shawnee. You seemed to be like really excited. I mean, really excited to have met Shawnee during that first episode. Did you know Shawnee prior to that, or was that your first time meeting her during taping?
Yeah, taping. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's the vibe that I got, that you had just met her, because it came off like you was really, really excited to meet her. What was that like for you?
She was very warm. She definitely inspiring. Wanted to get to know me and introduce me to the other girls, because she knew that I was out there pretty much solo. I was out working, and she thought that it would be a good opportunity for me to get to know some other girls.
Everybody, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. And Mika, you mentioned to me that you was hoping you can get on Basketball Wives to showcase the fact that you are a businesswoman, you are family-oriented, and you are actually married to a basketball player. But so far, the show hasn't really portrayed you in that limelight.
I know. I mean, we can only hope that that'll come. But, I'm definitely not mad about it. It is what it is. It's television. And, hopefully you guys will get to see a lot more of the family, the business. We did a lot. You have to remember, it's 3 months of shooting, and it's broken into 2 minutes. Maybe it was boring. I don't know.
I'm not trying to be rude, and don't be offended by what I have to say. But, Mika, you come off like a Shawnee, Evelyn, and Jennifer groupie.
Girl, I am not offended by that question. The truth is that Shawnee, Evelyn, and Jennifer and I have mutual friends that actually really put me on before meeting them. Like, I've spoken to them. They're excited about meeting you. They were very excited, too. They were very nice meeting them. I was also very happy to meet Tammy and Susie, but, I think the fact that they broke up those meetings lent itself to looking like that. But I think I was excited to meet everyone, just a little hesitant about Royce, but that was it.
Mm-hmm. And
definitely no groupie status here.
Okay, so you wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's Evelyn, you know what I mean?
Nah, never that. It is what it is.
Yeah, so how do you feel when Evelyn and Shawnee says on television, oh, Mika, she just runs her mouth and she goes. Are you offended by that?
I know that they were talking too. I know a lot about them too. So, I guess I just don't pay attention to all of that.
But come on, Mika, you look really, really crazy on television. You can't tell me you're not bothered by that.
No, I think initially it did, but like I said, I'm like, wait, I know the truth. Hey, I know a lot about them too. I wasn't the only one talking. It is what it is. Like, I can't even be mad about it. I signed up for it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mika, look, I got to go into commercial break, but I want to do one more talk break with you, so hang on to the phone lines. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. We'll be back at Power 921.
It's Girl Talk.
Why do you have to lie about that?
Is this true?
With you and
My sister, none other than TT Torrez, right here.
on 92.1 The Lodge.
It's Power 921, interactive hip hop and R&B. It's TT Torrez, and of course, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. Mika, let's talk about this newfound fame. Obviously, Speedy is used to the fame, but now the tables have turned, and you are now in the limelight. And like I said earlier, television kind of makes you look a little crazy. And I know people have been getting at you on Twitter. I have gotten at you a few times on Twitter. How do you handle all of the drama that comes with being on Basketball Wives?
Yeah, they go in, man. The Twitter thugs are heavy in the streets. The Twitter thugs. You know what? I'm so secure. Like, when you meet me, you see me, you'll see the real me, you know.
I know, I get it, Mika, but come on. Some of the stuff that they say are really mean and hurtful. Like the nickname they gave you, Greasy Mika.
It's hot as hell out there in Miami, and they have us drinking like sailors. So, that's the Spanish in me, I guess, coming out. I'm sweating like crazy. But, I just definitely know, who I am. And I'm, a little too secure for all of that. So I laugh at them when I think that they think that I'm bothered by it. It's like, let them hate. I really don't care. I know who I am, and I know what it is. I'm the one right here that's the basketball wife. So definitely too secure for all of that.
I'm laughing at you.
Maybe if my man, left me and had me, begging around here and there, I would be a lot less secure. But I know what kind of woman I am, and I'm definitely confident. To know me is to love me, and that's real talk. To know me is to love me.
I'm laughing at you. You said it's hot in Miami.
It is, girl. It's hot.
So you be sweating. You be sweating.
I'm not used to that kind of heat. I am not used to that. You gotta see me. You gotta see me out here in New York, LA. Even it's not humid like that, hot. I'm not.
No, I'm a New York girl too. So I get it. It's like mad humid and
Yes, it's mad hot. Then they want to put all that makeup and all this Patron shots in your system. Man, let me tell you, I was like, oh my God, can I get some air, please? So I definitely already knew what was gonna happen, because nobody warns you and tells you, hey, I think it's starting right now. You're sweating. Nobody tells you, but I understand completely, and I look at it like, damn, myself, because that's not my style to even be out there sweating like that. I'm like I said, I'm a New York girl. I'm not used to all that kind of heat. However, I had to learn that maybe that alcohol, I need to keep that at a minimum too, because it just makes me hotter and hotter. So you'll see as the season progresses that I start drinking a lot more water and keeping it cool.
Okay.
So, yeah, but you definitely have to see me. That ain't me. I don't know that girl.
But you got to understand, that's the girl that the world is presented to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why it doesn't bother me, because I look at it too like, damn.
Right. Everybody, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives. Can we talk about you and Tammy? Because there's a rumor floating around the internet that Tammy confronted you about being messy or something like that, and in a club in Rome, and she punched you in your face. What?
I heard that too.
Did she punch you in your face?
I heard the same thing. But you know what? I have to say, rumors are rumors, and they're always going to be there. You definitely have to watch the show, because it's an explosive season. So I really can't give anything away. But, let's just know this. If something like that happened, it's not my style. I'm a classy chick, and it's not my style at all.
But you are messy on the show, and we see you and Tammy get into it a lot. So did she punch you in your face?
Not at all. So we already know what it is.
Everybody, we're talking to Meeka Claxton. Now, Mika, we see that you want to be a part of the Evelyn, Shawnee, and Jennifer clique so bad on the show. How important is it really for you to be a part of this clique?
That is what it seems like, right?
Right.
Truth be told, all I care about is my paper and my family. So that's what I'm all about.
And why did you have a funny feeling about Royce? Is it because she was a dancer?
I was hesitant about meeting her because she's a dancer that crossed the lines. Like, you're not, we trust you. You guys are pinching our kids' cheeks and things like that. And, you're not supposed to fraternize with the players. And then, you're one of the people that don't care and don't see it as, that was being wrong.
So you're depicted as being fake and two-faced. When they say two-faced in Mika, what do you say, Mika?
When they say two-faced Mika, phony Mika, I say who? Because that's definitely not me. I'm far from it. Royce and I spoke. She knows everything that I've said, but you can't come in later after the fact and act like I'm talking about her. That's not how I get down. They're not always what they seem, but, I just have to remember that who I am and just, be secure on that. I can't really, play into all of that, me being two-faced. If you think I'm two-faced, then you really just don't know me, at all. So,
how does Speedy...
I would get that, but put it like this, I would get that same impression, had I not known myself and just viewed that.
Okay, so look, I got to take a quick break, but I want to talk to you for one last break. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Meeka Claxton from Basketball Wives.
It's girl talk.
Why do you have to lie about that?
Is this true?
With you and
My sister, none other than Torrez, right here.
iPower 92. Watch the Lodge.
Everybody, we're talking to Meeka Claxton. She is the wife of Speedy Claxton. And right now, besides Jennifer getting a divorce, you are the real only basketball wife on the show.
You said that.
Yeah, you were. Because, look, Jennifer's getting a divorce.
I know that. But, for me to say it, I guess it seems cocky. I don't know. I am. And that's another reason why, like I said, I wanted to do it. I wanted to show, the luxurious side of being a wife, but yet, really show how grounded we are.
So what's the luxurious side of being a wife? Let's get into that.
Luxurious side of being a wife is being able, first and foremost, to give my kids what my husband and I definitely couldn't have, which is a great education. We're able to, give back. These are things that, are very important to us.
How does Speedy feel about you, Mika, being on the show?
Initially, he was like, yeah, this would be great to show, a wife and a husband that are together and happy and, raising two cool-ass kids together. But now seeing it, I think he's a little pissed off, but that it doesn't look the way, I guess, he anticipated it to look. That's the only person I feel bad about. Me, I don't care.
Does he want you to eventually leave the show?
I really can't say.
You can't say.
But you already know that if he's not happy, or any man is not happy with the way the wife is, being portrayed, of course they want him to, fix that.
Yeah. How did you and Speedy meet?
We met in college 6 years ago. We've been together since, and 5 years married.
But you're also a basketball wife who has her own business, so you do well for yourself.
My mom told me that a long time ago, and my parents are still together, but my mom never wanted to my dad was a VP at Merrill Lynch for 35 years, and he made very good money, but he refused to just sit there and just, I guess, live off of that. And she always taught me that, you're not gonna, as a woman, you have to have your own. And I try to teach my daughters the same thing.
Yeah. So, Mika, if you and Speedy, God forbid, got a divorce today, you will be financially taken care of off your own bread.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Okay, it's Meeka Claxton, everybody, and you can catch her on the new season of Basketball Wives, which airs every Monday night.
Follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter to know the real Mika.
Yeah. Do you let your two daughters watch the show, or are they too young?
Initially I did because we shot some great footage, and I really thought that it was going to come off a different way, I guess, especially the first episode. But I had to send them out the room at some point, and now I know that I would never let them watch it just because, I can see where it's going. If I'm the troublemaker and the drama, I don't want them to even be influenced by that, or they're impressionable. They're young, 7 and 2.
I feel you. Well, look, Mika, I wish you well, baby girl. Everybody follow Meeka Claxton on Twitter. I'm not going to front Mika. I thought this interview would have went a different way because of the character I have seen on the show. So I thought I was going to get a feisty Mika. I thought you and I were going to bump heads, but
nah.
And I hope that you come back to this show. And
yeah, I better come back to this show. You know, invite me anytime if you want to talk about the episodes or anything like that. I'm cool as hell, and I probably am one of the coolest chicks you'll meet. But the show is what it is, and like I keep telling people, it's 3 months. You can't really judge someone by 2 minutes broken off out of a day, out of 1 month. You can't at all.
Yeah.
So, get to know the real me. To touch on that, you said you thought you was going to meet a feisty Mika and we were going to bump heads. Like, I definitely do stand for what I believe in, but I'm not out there looking for drama. Like, I definitely would never call and be like, what you want? Yeah, so what is it? What is the, that's not me. That's not me at all.
Thank you, and we'll be sure to tweet you on Twitter.
Please, and I can't wait to be back on your show, okay?
Okay. All right, great.
All right.
And we'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
Bye-bye. Give Greasy Mika a round of applause. I'm just playing. You guys are crazy on Twitter. I can't with you all today. When I come back from playing this T-Pain and Booty Work song, I'm going to read some of your tweets and some of your Facebook messages, okay? Give it up to Meeka Claxton for calling the show today. It's our power.
Open up the trunk.